Toyota's hottest hatch debuted over 2 years ago, and for 2025, it's getting some big updates and changes. But before we get into that, let's talk about what has stayed the same. We still got a 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder motor making 300 horsepower under the hood. You can still get it in black, white, supersonic red, or heavy metal. It still has awesome red brake calipers with Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. It's still got its signature tri-tip active valve exhaust. You can still get it in a manual transmission, and of course the core and premium grades are still offered. New for 2025 across the lineup, of course, is that we're going to have this direct automatic transmission. This is an 8-speed gearbox. This is actually from the GR Yaris, which is not available in the US, but it's also going to come with a launch control feature. Apparently it is geared very similar to the manual transmission, so it feels the same, and it's got some very unique tuning in the sense that it's going to sense how hard you're accelerating and braking and try to guess the best place to shift for you, which is really geared toward track, aggressive, and dynamic driving. Another big difference for 2025, guys, is the GR4 system has been revived. Now, in the original version, you had 3 modes by using this button here: 60-40, 50-50, and a 30-70 torque distribution. That's 60-40 front, 50-50, and 70-30 to the rear wheels. It's different for this year, actually. So what they've got now is they've got the standard 60-40, so you can get a front wheel drive vehicle. That's for just day-to-day driving, normal driving. The track mode is no longer just a 50-50. It actually automatically splits the torque with the max going to 60-40 or the max going to 70% in the back. So it vectors the torque based on how you're driving, the conditions, and what you're doing, and that's the new track mode. But there's still a third mode, and it's now called gravel. So you can see that gravel is now the 50-50 torque distribution mode, which used to be the track mode. So can't wait to drive this to feel how those two modes, the two new modes, feel when driving, but that's another big upgrade. Also unique for 2025 is that the base core models now come with standard Torsen differentials front and back. So that means there's no sport package anymore. It's now standard on the core. There's also going to be no tech package on the core. So if you want that upgraded JBL sound system, you're going to have to get the Premium or the Premium Plus. The other big news under the hood is that there's a torque bump up to 295 foot-pounds, which is very similar to the Morizo, which was a limited edition in the first year. Next up, let's talk about the front bumper, redesigned for all 2025 models. Well, you can see here it's been optimized for cooling. When you get that automatic transmission, you're going to get an automatic cooler behind here. And again, I mean, look at the way it channels the air. It actually actively comes out right here in front of the wheel. And then on this side, if you get the Premium Plus, you're going to get a standard, what they call the sub radiator, which is an extra radiator for the engine system. And again, active right over here. You can also get this on the Premium as an option, and it will be available with both the automatic and the manual transmissions, whereas the other cooler is just exclusive to the automatics. Coming around here to the back of the vehicle, we've got the new rear suspension components. Let's take a deep dive into all of them. Right here, we've got the rear springs. This is from the original version, and these are the revised versions coming on all 2025 GR Corollas. As you can see, there's extra coiling down here towards the bottom. Over here, we've got the new shocks with this rebound spring. This is going to be on all 4 corners, although this specific one is a rear shock. Also over here, we've got these new axle mounting brackets. So as you can see here, this is the original one, and what they've done is they've raised up the mounting point here. You can see, yeah, there you go. You can see they've raised up the mounting point for the 2025 version, and what this is supposed to do is reduce axle squat. And the last component in this new suspension is this sway bar. It's actually 1 millimeter thinner than the previous generation one, but combined, this whole new system, rear springs, rear mounting point, thinner rear sway bar, and all 4 corners on the shocks should help this corner better, less prone to understeer, better for track driving, aggressive and dynamic driving. Next up, What is the top model for 2025? Well, you're looking at it. This is called Premium Plus. It effectively takes the place of the Circuit from the previous model years. Major difference that this is not a limited edition and it doesn't automatically come with the bigger spoiler. You can still get the spoiler from the dealerships. It's just not an option from the factory, but you're getting that forged carbon roof and you're also getting the unique hood with that extra bulge right there and the active hood vents right there. On the inside, the Premium Plus is also going to get a head-up display, which you can see is kind of right in there. And you're also getting these suede seats, which you may have seen in previous models. It's kind of similar to the design there, but this one comes with the red stitching, which, as you know, adds extra horsepower. No, just kidding. But it does look really nice on sports cars. So yeah, so basically Premium Plus is going to get you every option, upgraded sound system, fancier, sportier interior, and basically every option that you could possibly get on this. The only thing I think that costs a little bit extra is a premium paint color like heavy metal, which I think is $495. As with all GR Corollas, you still get a 1-year membership to NASA. Nope, not that one. This is the National Auto Sport Association. So what that's going to give you is a membership to the club and one high-performance driving experience that is free. That will help you give you the chance to really experience the GR Corolla as it's meant to be driven. All right, and there we have it, folks. A first look at the 2025 GR Corolla and the Premium Plus. We've got the revised bumper, we've got the automatic transmission, we've got the revised rear suspension. It is in many ways the same vehicle, but the GR folks are always trying to get the most out of their vehicles for the driving experience, for that track experience. And so they're continuing to refine this and continuing to improve it. At this time, as I'm recording it, I don't know pricing and we don't know, performance metrics, 0 to 60 quarter-mile times and that sort of stuff for the automatic, but I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. As for my first impressions, I have to say when I first heard about this, I wasn't terribly excited, just in the sense that it's already a great car to drive and, I really, really like the manual, but taking a look at the front bumper and the upgrades, the only thing I'm really missing from this one is that bigger spoiler, but like I said, the Toyota folks said you can still get it. But overall, still the same great hot hatch, and it just might be, now with the automatic, now more people can enjoy it. You could use it as a daily driver instead of having to worry about whether or not you're going to get stuck in heavy traffic with the manual. So it's just, more all around, more do everything now, which I think I can really appreciate. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're over on Club Lexus, hit up our forum threads, ask some questions there. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, post a question down in the comments below and we'll try to answer those. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.